Lucifer violated the love of human ancestor. The worldwide biggest and most growing business is human trafficking, that is including children, even babies. The movie Sound of Freedom is a true story that shows a glimpse of child sex trafficking in the world. These business networks are deeply rooted in society, which are not only among gangs, but also among people so-called elites of society. That is why these problems are hidden from the surface. When you find out what they are doing to these children, it breaks your heart and makes you angry. Sex trafficking is the one of the most heinous crimes. Society goes into chaos when morality is destroyed. How is morality destroyed? It is destroyed by misuse of sexual organs, such as free sex, prostitution, pedophiles, and so on. Your sexual organ should be only for your spouse whom you love. It is most precious part where the life and lineage begin from as a fruit of your love. It is supposed to be the most sacred place God made, but it is treated as a dirty, shameful place. Why? Because the love was violated by Lucifer, the Satan, in the Garden of Eden. The tragedy of human history started from that point. The story in the Bible is written in metaphor. What really happened in the Garden of Eden? Genesis 3:1. Did God really say, "You must not eat from any tree in the garden"? We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say, "You must not eat fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die." "You will not certainly die," the serpent said to the woman, "for God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food, and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to Adam, who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and made covering for themselves. Through this story, we can find out the cause of the fall of man is eating of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. What is the tree of knowledge of good and evil? It is a metaphor for Eve. The fruit is her love. Eating fruit is having a sexual relationship. Adam and Eve disbelieved God's commandment, and instead they believed the word of serpent. After they ate the fruit, they hid the lower parts of their body. In believing the word of serpent, Eve had a sexual relationship with the serpent, who was the archangel Lucifer. She desired a sexual relationship when it was not yet the time, and with the wrong one. After that, she gave the fruit to Adam, and he ate it. That is, they had a sexual relationship. This was the fall of human ancestor. Eve bore the fruits of evil. Adam and Eve were immature at that time. They were still in the growing period. They were in puberty. During their growing period, they had to keep God's commandment. when the time would come, they were supposed to have relationship as a husband and a wife under God's blessing. Then Eve could bear good fruit, children who inherited God's lineage. But Eve bore the fruits of evil, which were inherited from Lucifer, who became Satan. Since the incident of Garden of Eden, Lucifer, the Satan, has dominion over humanity through blood ties. John 8:44. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. The fall was the illicit love relationship. Lucifer violated Eve's sexual organ. Nowadays, you see sexual disasters in society. The sexual organs that God created most sacred places are being targeted to be destroyed. Lucifer, the Satan, is working in a clever way through powerful people who sold their souls to the devil. If you are not awake, you do not see the hidden evil. You may be helping the work of Satan without knowing. We are living in the time of the book of Revelation. God sent to us Jesus Christ 2,000 years ago. But we humans did not believe Jesus and killed him on the cross. The death on the cross was not God's will originally. If people believed and accepted Jesus, he did not have to die. He could have done his work to save people from the lineage of Satan. Instead, his sacrifice on the cross and resurrection opened the way to spiritual salvation. And he promised that he would return. When he returns, he will have a new name. Revelation 3:12. I will also write on them my new name. When the time comes, will we humans believe and accept him? We must open our eyes, ears, and mind to find the truth. Remember, Satan is real, so is God. And do remember, God created male and female. Thank you for listening. The interpretation of the incident in the Garden of Eden from Divine Principle by Reverend Moon.